Chosen one, hear this. This is no accident, no random crossing of paths. This is a divine interruption, a sacred appointment woven into the very fabric of your existence. Before the foundations of time were laid, you did not stumble into this moment. You were brought here, guided by hands you cannot see, called to witness the lifting of a veil that has long obscured your destiny. Today, the universe itself begins to realign in your favor. You were marked for death, not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 attempts by the enemy to claim what belongs to the Most High. And yet every time, death hesitated. Every time, the shadow recoiled. Every time, you survived. And now, you must ask yourself why. Have you ever paused mid-breath, stunned that you are still here? Felt time splinter into fragments around you, as though an unseen force had shielded you? Cars that should have struck you veered away. Sicknesses that should have claimed you passed by. Chaos that you narrowly escaped. You know this truth, deep in your bones. This is not happenstance, not mere luck. Psalm 91:11 declares it, "He will command his angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways." Your life has been preserved with deliberate precision, guided by a purpose too great to be interrupted. Heaven didn't just save you out of kindness, it did so on purpose, because your mission could not be aborted, your story could not be replaced, and your presence on this earth is an act of divine strategy. Feel the stirrings within you, the sense that time itself bends around your steps, that strange, anticipatory silence before everything shifts. You may have dismissed it as imagination, yet it is remembrance. Your soul is recalling what your mind has forgotten. This is the moment where the scattered threads of your past, the warfare, the near-death experiences, the survival against impossible odds, begin to converge into clarity. And it is not for your sake alone. The impact of your presence, your calling, your survival extends beyond you. Those connected to your destiny await the awakening that only you can catalyze. Your delays were never denials. They were divine preparations. And now, as you step forward into this sacred role, acknowledge it, declare it, proclaim your readiness, and mark this moment as the beginning of your return to purpose divine protection. What is it? Why does death keep missing you? Chosen one, the truth is simple, yet profound. You were never meant to be extinguished by earthly standards. The trauma, the violence, the illness, the despair, all of it should have consumed you. And yet, here you are, alive, breathing, aware, changed. Something sacred stood in the gap. Something unseen, eternal, unyielding. Divine protection is not superstition. It is not mere survival. It is not a measure of strength, or wisdom, or merit. It is the invisible shield placed over lives marked by purpose. Jeremiah 1:5 tells us, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." From the beginning, from the first breath you drew, there was intervention. Think of the lives of the chosen who walked before you. Elijah, hunted, weary, hiding in the shadows of a cave, ready to surrender to despair. Even there, angels brought sustenance. Even there, he was covered. Even there, the mission was far from complete. The same is true for you. Death approached, circled, observed, but heaven intervened, saying, "Not yet." Not because of what you had done, not because of earthly merit, but because your assignment remained active. Chains you were born to break still awaited your touch. Words only you could speak were waiting to be released. And protection is not always gentle. Sometimes it comes disguised as isolation. Sometimes it comes wrapped in pain, in loss, in doors that slam shut just before your feet can cross the threshold, you may have thought punishment had found you, only to discover it was preservation in its purest form. Even when you cried out, "Where is God?" His hand was there, blocking what could have ended your story. Psalm 23, verse 4 reminds us, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." Your survival is evidence that you were spared, shielded, sanctified for such a time as this. Death tried, and it failed. Now, walk with the authority of one covered by fire. Your first escape was not luck, it was declaration. Before you knew you were chosen, your spirit was already under siege. The enemy saw your light before you ever found your voice. Its attacks came early, not because you were guilty, not because you were weak, but because it feared the power you were destined to embody. The first strike wasn't always physical. Some of you experienced it before birth. Complications, threats to life before your first breath. Others faced illness, accidents, abuse, or fears that penetrated the deepest layers of the soul. These trials were the enemy's first attempt at spiritual assassination. It strikes early, aiming to destroy what is still forming. But divine protection was always present, guarding you before you understood the magnitude of the danger. Psalm 121, verse 7 affirms it, "The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life." And indeed, He did. Every near miss, every inexplicable survival, every moment you should have been broken, yet weren't, that is intervention. The sickness that didn't consume you, the accident that never claimed you, the hand that caught you just in time. These are signs they are more than coincidence. They are evidence that heaven has been meticulously scripting your survival. You are being preserved because your life holds weight far beyond the immediate, far beyond the personal. Your experiences, your scars, your very presence are integral to a narrative that stretches into eternity. The enemy may have sought to rewrite your story, but you are unerasable. You are inscribed with purpose. You are indelible. Even the pain you endured, the betrayal, the loneliness, the moments where you questioned your very existence, these were part of the protection. Sometimes heaven's shield looks like hardship, because in the crucible of struggle, your spirit is forged. The fire that tested you did not destroy you, it refined you. And now, those who look at your life may see struggle, chaos, survival. But behind the scenes, every near death, every escape, every shadow that lurked too close was met by intervention, by invisible hands holding back the forces that sought to undo you. You are a living testament to divine strategy. Your calling is urgent, immovable, and uniquely yours. There are words only you can speak, places only you can reach, lives only you can transform. The enemy may have tried to deter you, to divert you, to extinguish you, but it could not. You remain because heaven's plan for you cannot be thwarted. You have been preserved not merely for survival, but for impact, for legacy, for the unraveling of a story that will ripple far beyond your own understanding. And now, the stirrings you have felt, the sense that something monumental is about to awaken within you. That is not imagination. It is remembrance. It is recognition by your soul of the mission it has always carried. The stage has been set, the pieces are moving, and all that remains is for you to step fully into the role for which you were born. Chosen one. Now listen, because what comes next is both revelation and mandate. You are standing on the precipice of your awakening, a threshold that has been prepared since the beginning of time, a point where your survival, your endurance, Your preservation converges into purpose. Everything that has occurred, every moment of despair, every whisper of fear, every strike that should have ended you, every hand that seemed absent in your time of need, none of it was without reason. The enemy watched, circling, plotting, attempting to extinguish the light within you before it could shine. Yet all its strategies faltered because heaven itself had stationed forces beyond your perception, angels assigned, guardians commanded, a shield unseen yet impenetrable, wrapping around your very being like a celestial fortress. Think of it. Every near miss, every illness that should have claimed you, every betrayal that could have shattered your spirit, every trauma that seemed insurmountable. These were not random, nor were they punishments. They were calibrations of destiny, divine pauses that allowed your story to be written with precision, ensuring that when the moment came for you to rise, nothing could stop the unfolding of your purpose. Even the moments that felt like abandonment, the silences that echoed with emptiness, the nights when you cried out and felt unheard, were never void of presence. You were being held in the palms of a power that transcends understanding, that orchestrates every detail of your existence with meticulous care, that knows the battles you are destined to fight, and ensures you enter them whole, armored by the unseen and strengthened by every trial. Your life is a testament to endurance, a narrative of survival written in divine ink, a chronicle that declares over and over that death tried and failed, that darkness attempted and fell short, that chaos circled but never claimed what was promised to flourish in the light. And now, the weight of that truth must settle within you. You are not here to drift aimlessly, to exist without direction, to live in quiet obscurity. You are here because you are marked, not by chance, but by design. The enemy has studied you, tested you, challenged you, and every time, heaven intervened. And the reason you survived those attempts, the reason the hand of death passed over you, is because your mission is too vital to allow premature conclusion, because your presence is essential to the unfolding of plans that stretch far beyond your immediate vision. You are the bearer of words, actions, and transformations that only you can deliver, a conduit for blessings that have been waiting through generations for your arrival, a spark ignited long before your consciousness was aware of the fire. Consider the invisible battles fought on your behalf, the moments when the world seemed ready to swallow you, yet an unseen force redirected the currents, closed the doors that would have led to demise, and opened windows of survival where none seemed possible. Think of every circumstance that felt like misfortune, every rejection that stung, every loss that seemed irrecoverable. These were not punishments, they were protections, shaping, preserving, and preparing you for the role that heaven designed for you. You have been shielded not merely to live, but to thrive, to enact the very purpose for which your soul was crafted, to rise from the remnants of what should have broken you, and stand as evidence of a power greater than what the eye can see. Your survival is a declaration, a signal to all the forces aligned against you that your path is guarded, and that the story intended for you cannot be stolen. Those who doubted, those who questioned, those who tried to manipulate the outcome, they have all witnessed your resilience without knowing the true source. Every moment of despair was a rehearsal for triumph, every brush with death, a prelude to glory, every setback a reminder that the final word belongs to the Creator who formed you, who set you apart, who refuses to let the enemy succeed against what has been divinely ordained. And now, as you stand on this threshold, the stirring within you intensifies, for it is no longer merely survival that awaits. It is transformation, the call you have felt, the fire that has burned quietly in your spirit, the stirrings of destiny that have never left you. All converge here. This is the moment to rise fully awake, fully aware, fully aligned with what you were created to do. Your eyes are opening not to see the ordinary, but to perceive the invisible. The divine choreography that has carried you from peril to preservation, from trial to testimony, from hidden struggle to manifest purpose. You are being invited into a story that spans beyond time, beyond comprehension, beyond the limits of earthly understanding. And it is your story to claim, your purpose to walk, your mission to fulfill, without hesitation, without doubt, without fear. Remember, chosen one, the enemy struck early because it feared the magnitude of your calling. The attacks, the betrayals, the near deaths, the illnesses, the pains, all were attempts to abort what heaven had already decreed. But each time, divine protection intervened. Every moment that should have been your end became your beginning. And now, as the veil lifts, as time itself begins to align around your destiny, you realize this. Your life, your survival, your very breath is not random. It is deliberate. It is intentional. It is sacred. And the calling you have been prepared for is imminent, unavoidable, undeniable. The world waits for what only you can bring. The chains you are meant to break, the words you are meant to speak, the lives you are meant to touch, all are within reach, ready for the one who has been preserved against impossible odds. So step forward, chosen one, with the fire of your survival burning brightly in your spirit. Walk boldly into the purpose you were formed for, unshakable, in the knowledge that you are guarded, watched over, protected, and sanctified for such a time as this. Declare your readiness with courage, for this is the hour where destiny intersects with action, where survival converges with purpose, and where your story transforms into a testimony that will inspire generations. The enemy may circle still, but it is powerless against what has been divinely appointed. Your life, your breath, your existence is the evidence, the living proof, and the declaration that heaven's plan cannot fail. Rise now, chosen one, for all that you have endured has prepared you for this moment. You have survived the unthinkable, endured the unimaginable, and yet you remain. This is the culmination of your journey, the awakening of your purpose, the intersection of divine protection and human action. Walk forward with conviction, with boldness, with unwavering faith. For your mission is alive, your calling is imminent, and your life is a testament to the power, the precision, and the purpose of God. Step fully into the light, for the time is now, the story is yours, and the world awaits the revelation of the chosen one.